auditioning from the comfort of your own home. Or your mama's house if you're in between homes like me. Auditions have started up again, which is great because actually I have not booked in over a year, but more on that later. Today I'm auditioning for a commercial in the role of host couple, which is a part of a couple arriving at a party. Definitely natural makeup, nothing too overdone. Wardrobe choices, too sexy, bit high maintenance. Too wrinkly, do not feel like ironing. I like this. It's a little short, but shots mostly from the waist up, so I think it'll work. I pin curled this with heat about 2 hours ago, but my hair is really heavy, so you'll see that by the time I finish with this audition, these curls will have mostly fallen. Sexy beast look and we're out. Didn't expect that to be underneath there. It's the hunt for the bare wall and setting up the camera, trying to get it framed just right. I was trying to avoid moving this rather large piece of art my mother has up, but here we are. That looks good. Hi, I'm Arynetta Northcutt, 5 feet 9 inches tall. Slating it up. Telling a little story about a hobby, and then it's time for those takes. All right, let's edit this together. I always set a timer because I am constantly working down to the wire. And we're done. So I wanted to jump on here and mark a momentous occasion, which is I got my SAG card. Let's talk about it. There's a little bit of a story behind it. I've actually been SAG eligible for quite some time, since like 2004, 5, or 6, but I was living in Texas, and Texas is a non-union state, and so you don't have to join. And really, because there's so much non-union work, but you can work both, most people don't join. Like, unless they move to Texas SAG, if they become eligible SAG, they don't join. So yeah, I didn't join. The first time I moved to LA, I was open to joining, but I still had some bookings until I became must join SAG. So I booked but I never booked up to the level of being must join SAG. Then I moved back to Texas, moved to London, took a year off acting and concentrated on writing, and then moved back to LA where I booked a few things and finally became must join with a Lexus commercial that I booked in 2020. And then I felt like the wheels came off. And what I mean by that is I booked it in December 2020, but I was so confused and frustrated with my acting career. I was not happy living in LA anymore. I was feeling so disconnected from acting. That booking was wonderful, but it was also the height of the C word, so it was kind of a weird booking to be on because of new implications but they had to do things differently. You know, they had to follow new rules. And just an overall like heightened fear still around what was going on. Shortly, well, not about 6 months after I booked that, I moved back down south, and I booked like a one-liner on a TV show, and it was a fantastic experience. The Chosen, let me tell you, that was one of the most wonderful sets I've worked on. Everybody who is affiliated with that show are so kind and treat cast and crew so well. So that was a fantastic experience. And I haven't booked since then. Now, since then, there's been the writer's strike, there's been the actor's strike, but it's been so odd for me though, because one of the things that I was excited about was moving back down south is that I never had any problem booking here. Like, I did a lot of commercial work. I would book what shows come through here. And I was excited to move back because I was like, oh, I'll be closer to friends and family and I'll work. So it was shocking to not work. And it's not like people aren't auditioning. It's not like other people aren't working. Let's be clear and honest about that. But I also realized in moving back, I was trying to go backwards to like a time in my career that I felt very safe and excited and comfortable. And I quickly saw that you cannot go back. Like, I literally was trying to go back to a place that doesn't exist anymore. Even like the direction I want my career to go in, I was like, okay, I see. But it also caused me a lot of frustration and sadness, a lot of grief and confusion, because I was like, well, where do I go from here? Slowly, I've been concentrating on other things that are closer to where I want my career to go, which is like writing for myself, producing more. I wrote my Christmas script. If you've watched my vlogs, then you've seen them because I've been vlogging about writing my Christmas script. And, you know, some shorts and some different things. And particularly on Valentine's Day, 2024, I've also committed to reaching out, like cold reaching out to producers about my writing, particularly, specifically my Christmas script. And on this day, I needed to do some work around a reach out that I was doing. And I really decided to commit, you know, just to commit to where I want my career to go. And I worked on this like summary and log line and stuff really for 2 days. Valentine's Day was the second day, but I just wanted to get it just right. And, you know, I just decided to commit to it. And I did. And that day, my parents were like, oh, you have some mail here. And I was like, oh, okay, great. What is it? And it was my SAG card. And I wrote on the little paper that it came in, this is a fantastic omen and great Valentine's gift. And I dated it 2/14/2024. because it does feel like a fantastic omen and a great gift. It was not lost on me that it was me working towards the direction that I want my career to go in, that it was kind of like, oh, okay, now that you're working in the direction you want to be, here's a nice little sign from your angels, from your universe, that that's the direction you're supposed to go in. And it felt good. Like when I sit and I kind of just marinate on what's going on, what am I trying to do, that's when I have anxiety, or I feel like, well, I don't know if that's going to work, and there's nothing that shows that that could work. But when I worked on it, all that anxiety went away. So I really feel like that's what we're being called to do at this time, to more create our life instead of waiting for somebody else to create it for us or to choose us. We're meant to create where we want to go. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited. This is the first time I also vlogged about an audition, so I thought that this was a great place to put this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.